get a timeout, and Joel Embiid shaking up on the play. Robin Lopez knocked him down, and Embiid clutching his lower right back.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
Does the thought cross your head at all to take him out of the game there?
You want me to take Ben Simmons off the floor?
No, I mean, I got to ask the
I
question.
need pass on that. I'll pass on that suggestion.
We understand that Joel Embiid is a monster. They didn't have him in the second half, which, we have to take full advantage of, unfortunately. But I'll be damned if I get out of here without a win. So, we got one tonight. We got another one in Philly. So let's go do it.
Let's go do it. As the Wizards hold off elimination, and what a wild atmosphere that was in D.C. for that game, as it was a split crowd. And you had a lot of Philly fans that went down there for the sweep, brought their brooms with them. Hold up. That didn't happen.
Can I tell you the most entertaining aspect of the game? The fan rushing down on the floor.
Oh, boy.
And security just coming out of Bobby Boucher. Just lays him out Bart Scott style in the middle of the floor. And then Dwight Howard walking over to him like, what are you doing,
why'd
idiot?
you do that, man?
Why?
That was a mistake.
The most entertaining aspect of the game.
And you know this is going to continue to happen because people want to be famous, right? I think, we're going to have to start taking the camera away from them, not showing it like they do in football. When streakers go out there in football, they don't show them, they don't put them on television, because now it's getting to the point where people just want
That was
to
a
be
drunk
seen.
bet.
Yeah, because you see,
I'll pay for your bail. Don't worry, bro. I'll pay for your bail. You got to do it. Like
You
you sitting there
bail?
going
No,
like,
it was like, I bet you a beer.
It
wasn't over bail.
that
I
backboard.
bet you a beer.
I could touch backboard. No, you can't. I can. Go ahead. You do that right now. I'll get thrown out. I'll pay your bail, bro.
He slapped it like I slapped in 6th grade, though. That's how you grammar school.
just throw the ball up first.
Yeah,
with the layup.
the whole backboard just rattles.
And then you miss the layup because you hit the backboard.
Nobody cares about the missed layup part.
See, but you look at the person in Boston, right? He was taking a selfie as he was getting arrested. You know what I mean? I think what they should do when these fans start doing this, doing something to the fans, you know what I mean? They should let them. Give him 10 minutes in the room. Should be like Ocean's 11. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let him in the room. You want to throw stuff?
You want these hands?
You want to throw stuff?
Bradley Beal, you want these Bradley Beal hands?
Yeah, you want
Although,
some?
again, in Ocean's 11, he didn't actually hit him. That was all.
Yeah, it's just,
Not in the face. How's the family doing?
Bart Scott's here with us. Keyshawn, J. Will, Zubin, presented by Progressive Insurance. All guests join us on the Goodyear Hotline. Well, that fan wasn't the only one that was on the floor in that game. Joel Embiid had a hard fall and did not return for the second half. And
was it his knee or his back? I'm confused.
my knee, my back.
Or you,
my back, this has
Ezel.
become
My
a
neck
thing.
and my back.
Yeah,
I want 150. You already got it, Ben.
Just lower body issue. How about that?
Something. Whatever it was, though, it was a hard fall. He goes
It's
down.
an
I'm showing
awkward
it right
fall.
now.
He was putting work before that, though.
So if you walk, when I watch it, you can see where he got hurt. Watch his heels hit the ground first. And you ever hit your heel and you kind of jam your Achilles, and that's why I see like it hits the knee, because he grabbed behind the knee. This is the biggest concern we always have about Joel Embiid, that we know that train is never late, right? We know that the injury history and the fact that he's such a big man, athletic, doing little man moves, that we worry about his body not holding up.
I'm not worried about Joel Embiid. I'm not.
Not this year?
Look, this is his best season he's had in his career. Okay, there always will be questions around his health. That's always going to be a thing. We can get into that debate about who would you rather take, Joel Embiid or Anthony Davis, but I'm leaning towards Joel Embiid in a big way. Yeah. And look, man, like they're up 3-1 against Washington. And I've said this before too. Atlanta, if Atlanta's able to get by the Knicks, which we all think they do, I think even Allen is starting to come along
Ice
here.
trade.
It's too early. It's too early.
It's too early.
This.
Too early.
Way
3-1
too early
lead
for me.
Yeah. I just feel like, look, you rest, you take your time. Yeah. Atlanta does have more firepower, but we're not really concerned about Philadelphia against Atlanta, right? Like, to get healthy, to get ready for the winner of this Bucks Nets series, which I think is going to be the best series in the NBA playoffs. I think it's going to go 6 or 7. I think Philly's still in a good spot.
The Nets play tonight. They can close out their series with Boston, and we'll discuss more of that coming up. But something also to keep an eye on with the Sixers has become a bit of an issue, and we'll call this Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless, and that is Ben Simmons.
Ben.
That's becoming the thing that Scott Brooks is doing. We're just going to foul you late in games, especially in close games, and try to get you on the foul line. Simmons had 13 points, 12 rebounds, but it's 5 for 20 from the free throw line in the series right now, and he just can't make a free throw. You clearly in his head. So Doc Rivers, the Sixers coach, was asked a question that, let's just say he felt like that was a dumb question. Take a listen.
Doc, is there anything that you can do coaching-wise? Does the thought cross your head at all to take him out of the game there?
No.
Why not?
You want me to take Ben Simmons off the floor?
No, I mean, I got to ask the
I
question.
will pass on that one. He's pretty good, so I'll pass on that suggestion.
I see. That's always the reporter out. I've done this. I've been there. I'll tell you guys that'll happen. You know, you just asked a stupid question.
Yeah.
Now, one thing you're taught in journalism school is there's no such thing as a dumb question because you never know what kind of answer you're going to get. So sometimes you ask an obvious question, see what the reaction is. And you can get that.
So mission accomplished?
Think about mission accomplished. It turned into a great quote. Now it was but what you do though, because you're embarrassed now, because all around the media now you're still doing it in Zooms, but when you're in the scrum and you do that, now everybody's looking at you like, the hell kind of question is that? Well, I had to ask it. I had to ask it. Right?
I mean,
so that's your out. But his response was perfect. You want me to take my best player off the floor late in the game? How about he just make a free throw? How about just that?
He can't. And the thing is, like, what happens? What is it? Under 2 minutes, you can't intentionally foul, but before
It's
that,
under 2, right? That's what you do before that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying, right? I remember the whole hack and Ben. It's just amazing to me that guys like Rondo, guys like Luka, guys like Ben can improve their free throw.
Luka, it's surprising in the playoffs
because Luka, at least Luka can hit threes. Like Ben has he attempted 5 threes? Right. That's what I'm saying.
No,
so
he doesn't.
He's not a good shooter altogether. I think Luka is more frustrating because he can actually shoot. But what do you do in close games? Because and you're going against a better team, and they implement the hack of Ben.
I mean, that's what I would do. I mean, if you're in a close game, 2 minutes left, I'm playing down the stretch. I mean, it doesn't have to be intentional, but I can foul you in ways it's not intentional. I mean, you go to the rack, I just wreck down in your hands every single time, really hard. Okay, go to the free throw line.
That's it.
Prove it. Like you're a career,
right?
60% free throw shooter, 61 this year, 25% I think in this postseason right now.
5 for 20. It's
like
amazing.
That's the biggest liability for the 76ers. I don't question Joel Embiid. I don't question the playmaking of Ben Simmons, but when games are tight and you need the ball in the hands of your best player to make plays, I'm going to foul you.
We saw
win games like that.
We saw this with Giannis also,
Yes.
and it's leading to a point now where Doc Rivers has to. And I think Ben Simmons is a fantastic player. I think he's a great, one of the best two-way players in the game. I think he's
Still
great
a max
defender,
player. A max player,
no doubt, an all-star.
Yes.
He's a great defender. He's a playmaker. He's a game changer a lot of times. But this is, of course, one of the issues. A, the lack of three-point ability, and B, which again, Giannis, and B, the free throw shooting late in games, which can become an issue, leads Doc Rivers to now have to defend his star.
Ben is not a 40-point guy. It's not what he does. He does other things for your team. And I just don't understand why that's not sinking in our city. Everybody on the team doesn't have to be a scorer to help the team. Ben scores, but Ben creates scoring for us. That's what he does. So if I'm Ben at some point, I'd get tired of it. I just would, because he's just too good, and he does so many good things for this basketball team. And I keep saying it. Celebrate him. Celebrate all the stuff he does well. We don't do that enough.
That's where we are right now in all sports, especially when you're a team that's waited a long time to start winning because the process. That's Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. Jay, I mean, you see it. They're running right at him, just fouling him. For him, that's embarrassing, too. Like, I'm that guy?
So I get this, right? I was a guy in college. I felt like I can score as soon as I walked over half court. Could shoot the ball from anywhere, but I was a career 64% free throw shooter. There was something about getting to the free throw line and not reacting to Bart's defense or his hands in my face.
Too much time to think.
Too much time to think, and me being by myself. And it was a mental crutch for me. So, yes, the ball had to be in my hands because I had to make the play. But I am going to tell you that there were certain points of really clutch games where I would be a little bit hesitant. Like I would maybe look up to pass the ball a little bit more instead of drawing the contact, maybe shy away from the contact, going to the free throw line, maybe take that fade away because I didn't want to go to the free throw line. That was not my strength. So I get when I see Luka struggle at the free throw line or when I see Ben because that's your mental – I mean, you're in a hole, right? The ball has to be in your hands to make a play, but I can't count on you down the stretch. But I need you in the game. How do you handle that? You force yourself to go to the line, but you don't trust yourself at the line.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's a big time deficit for the 76ers.
It's something they've got to figure out, and obviously, again,
can't figure that out just in the playoffs. So
no, it's not a time. This is not the time, but he's got to spend as much time as he can just trying to get himself to a place where he's not the liability that he was at least last night. But it doesn't seem like they're going to struggle to get out of this series unless, of course, we get the MRI back from Embiid, and it's worse than just what they called it, which is right knee soreness. We're 100 days until the NFL season, and Bart says there's a team that Aaron Rodgers immediately turns into a Super Bowl contender. We'll find out who that team is after Jay has